All right, we are recording. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the next episode of the Tism Report. I am your host, Chris Fritz, and I am joined by a very special guest today. Very good day on the podcast, Miss Ashley Favreau.
Hello, Chris. How are
Ashley,
you?
good. How are you today?
Pretty good.
Absolutely amazing. Yeah. So we got going to start off the podcast today with some Tism news.
Tism
The
news.
first one, yeah. So it was we have some news about our longtime rival of the podcast, Mr. RFK Jr. You aware of this
Yes.
guy?
A bit. He's just
A
he's
bit.
the champion of the neurodivergent, isn't he?
Yeah. Real champion. More like the chump, if I'm being
Yeah.
honest. Yeah. He is definitely the chump.
He's definitely God's special soldier.
So this uh he just went on a podcast. I think it was Theo Vaughn's podcast.
That tracks.
Yeah, and he dropped a very interesting tidbit about himself. He said, quote, uh, I'm not worried about germs. I sniffed cocaine off of toilet seats.
I did see that.
That's amazing.
I
yeah.
mean, if anyone is more qualified to tell people how they should be living their lives, it's a dude that likes to snort cocaine off a toilet seat.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I mean, the dude was also like swimming in sludge with his grandkids.
Absolutely.
So, I
We,
I
the
don't
Tism Report, are very aware of this stuff. We are.
like I think for him it's more like I don't know if he's trying to become like a Spider-Man villain or something. So he's just trying to load himself up with as many germs and like he can.
Spider-Man villain.
I mean, from the same guy that like drove around with a whale skull in the back of his car,
yeah.
just letting his kids get slapped in the face with whale sludge. Like
Yeah.
he's just the amount of chaos that guy and we're like autistic people are the problem.
Yeah. That's what our podcast
He plays
is
with
about.
roadkill
Yeah.
and like, but no, he's totally fine.
He is our ultimate enemy there, and we are going to fight you, RFK Jr. I will fight you.
The terms are
Fight me.
gonna fight him for you. I think
Yeah.
eventually he's just gonna end up with sepsis.
Oh, with sepsis.
Just like an
going to
untreatable
get-
form.
yeah.
He's gonna find super sepsis. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna
Completely unknown strain. Honestly,
be-
I'm surprised that the cocaine seats weren't toilet seats weren't the first thing.
Yeah, the zombie apocalypse. I think he's going.
Patient
this.
zero.
Yeah.
RFK's being patient zero for the
Yeah.
zombie apocalypse.
It's like, and
Oh man, I don't know what that is. It's just like also like just saying it like that's just something
Yeah.
normal.
yeah,
I totally
No, it's
snorted cocaine off of toilet seats. It's
yeah,
like you couldn't find a counter.
yeah.
You're in a bathroom, dude. There wasn't a counter. That wasn't the
was
seat.
that Plan A? Yeah,
Yeah, it's like-
what was Plan A like?
I need the smell of ass while
Yeah,
I'm like
I
shooting
need
something up my
that.
nose.
Okay, so the counters can't do that because there's a bunch of stuff on them or whatever.
I definitely need pink
And-
eye
yeah.
as well as a cocaine high. Like that
Yeah.
is critical.
A germ.
Yeah. It's like, so stupid.
Yeah. That's great.
Oh yeah, autistic people need the wellness camps. They definitely do. Not the people snorting cocaine off of
Yeah.
toilets.
He's definitely.
He doesn't
that,
need to
so
see anyone about that. He's
Yeah, so-
totally normal.
He should totally. He should.
Totally
resign.
doesn't belong in an institution. He's
Yeah.
fine. Well adjusted.
Oh, yep. That is him, man. So,
Was that it? Was that the only current event?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's must be the RFK report.
What was that?
Like,
yeah.
what other dumb
Yeah, he's
shit
our-
did he say?
Yeah, he's our
I think it's like,
ultimate rival. We
I'm
don't
sure
much
you
like
will
him.
never
Yeah.
get like. Yeah, he'll say something new every single week. It'll just be like, okay,
Yep.
just stay away from the red 40. That's the only problem
That's
that we
the
got
one.
going on. That's the one.
The red 40, that's the dyes, right?
Yes, the food
Okay.
coloring.
The food coloring, yeah.
Mm.
Thing is, like, I know he's like bad against the food coloring, but it's really just a cosmetic thing. So I know he makes, I guess, kind of points about America's food and whatnot. But
Right,
he
which
just
is
kind of
some of that he wasn't wrong about it when he started all of this before he had like political ambitions.
yeah,
A lot of that made some sense. Like we do have a weird food diet in this country that's
Yeah.
different from the way all other parts of the world work, but it's like the weird picking and choosing.
Yeah, it's
And
just
then like the weird targeting of like, all of this causes autism or whatever else he wants to believe it does. It's just like, okay, man, like
yeah, he's
I
just
feel like
like
he's lost the
circling.
plot at this
Yeah,
point.
he's circling
He's
around the
circling the
problem.
drain at this
Yeah,
point. Quite literally,
yeah,
apparently, when he was younger.
yeah, and he did the cocaine near the drain.
That probably
Yeah,
was around the same time he was also doing the heroin. So I
yeah,
just feel
probably.
like he was just a party. Can you imagine
Yeah.
partying with RFK Jr. back in the 70s?
Okay. The 70s.
How many
Oh
dead
man,
bodies did they
why
think
was
that
he?
they
Yeah,
had?
he's gonna try to get us to eat roadkill or whatever.
It's all of the
He's gonna,
nutrients.
yeah, he's gonna get us
It's
to
the
eat
good nutrients.
dead bodies or
It's
human flesh.
fermentation. It's
Yeah,
good for the gut.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like you drink
it's
kombucha
good.
and you eat your roadkill.
Yeah. What is kombucha? I don't think I've ever had it.
So it's like fermented tea that there's a type of fungi that you grow that creates a bunch of good bacteria for your gut. And actually, apparently,
Nice.
it's good for people that are on the spectrum because
Oh,
gut
nice.
health is one of the things that people on the spectrum tend to struggle with.
Yep.
And it can help with your overall biome, which can help with some of the symptoms that people with autism can feel.
Okay, and it'll be our. It's like a cure for us, you know.
Definitely. Yeah, cure all. Drink that fermented mushroom juice. I mean, I actually do make it at home.
Okay.
But
Nice.
then
How do you make it?
so you find someone that has an active mother is what it's called.
Okay, an active mother.
Yes, which is basically honestly it looks disgusting.
Okay.
I'm amazed that any of us do this, but it looks horrible. I mean, it's like this mushy looking mushroom fungus that sits on top of the brew,
Okay.
which is essentially any type of tea. So you can choose black tea, green tea, white tea. It has to be tea, not herbal stuff. And you feed the tea. You brew the tea, give it like a cup of sugar, but it has to
Okay.
be either raw or white sugar. You can also get away with coconut sugar. None of those substitutes.
Yeah.
And then you pour that cooled into the vat where the mother is, and then she feasts
Okay.
on the sugar, and it
Mother.
creates the bacteria, and like you ferment it for like, well, depending on how vinegary you like it, you ferment it for like a couple weeks, and then you can either drink it like that, or you can do a second fermentation where you add a fruit
Okay.
juice, and then it doesn't taste like ass.
Nice. Like,
Yeah.
I think you would need that to not
Yeah,
taste like
I
ass.
like the funny thing is the batch that's in my pot right now. Like not my pot. It's like a dispenser. I kind of forgot about it after a while, and
Yeah.
then now it's like straight vinegar.
It's-
So it's like I have to like pour just straight fruit juice into it to even drink it. But like actually, I could probably clean things with it at this point. It's been sitting there for so long, but it's fine. I can at least say that I make kombucha like the hippie that I am. I don't know.
Nice.
The other thing I've avoided though is everyone around me has a sourdough starter.
Yes.
And they're all trying to get me to do the sourdough. I'm like, I barely can do the kombucha. The only reason why I can do it is because if I do forget about it, it's fine. It can just sit there and ferment. But with the sourdough, it needs to feed.
Yeah.
And you
Needs
can't
to.
you
What do
can't just let it sit.
what do you feed the sourdough? Do
Uh
you like?
I don't remember. I
You
don't
don't know
know
how
that.
to
I
make
have
it
no
yet
idea. I
because
think
you never got
is it
into
like
it.
is it yeast or it might even be sugar. I don't know. I feel like anything that has to do with fermentation just needs sugar
Okay.
to feed. But yeah, everyone's like trying to get me to do it. Like my stepmom makes really good sourdough. I think my best friend has a sourdough starter. Like I don't have time for this, man.
No,
I don't.
don't have
I
time.
can't hyperfixate on that.
Yeah. So you said like you were a hippie. So do you think you're really a hippie or?
I'm
No, you
not.
did the
No, I just feel
kombucha.
like when
That's one step towards it, but
I feel like kombucha is definitely a big step
hippies, yeah.
towards it. But yeah, no, I was not really. I don't know much of anything that I am when it comes to like that sort of I don't know social structure.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I didn't even like. I was just one of the smart nerdy kids that was kind of quiet, and that was the brand. It
Yeah.
wasn't like I wasn't emo, I wasn't goth, I wasn't hippie granola. Definitely wasn't preppy.
Yeah.
None of that stuff. Like
Yeah.
like
Was that?
it's successful if I have a shirt and pants on. Like
In
that's
high
a good
school?
day for
Yeah.
me. I was never fashionable or
Okay.
anything. When I was a kid, it was often I'd have to like show my outfit to my mom to make sure I wasn't doing some faux pas I didn't know existed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
don't you wear brown shoes with
pretty
black
tough.
pants?
Yeah.
I don't know what happens when you wear black shoes with brown pants, but apparently you're not supposed to do that.
Wow. They just come and get
So
you,
it's
you
like
know?
the white after Labor Day or something. I don't think that's really a thing anymore. I just
Yeah.
remember that growing up. Though.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
I like.
I guess it
I'd like to
wouldn't
think
go.
maybe
Yeah.
you'd like explode or something. Like what
Yeah.
happens?
Explode. The cops come get you.
Yeah, the cops come, send
Yeah.
you to fashion police jail. I mean,
Come out of the building. We know you have
you
the
know,
white after Labor
Joan
Day.
Rivers comes and burns
Yeah.
your closet. You
Yeah.
know, something. I don't know. R.I.P. to a
Yeah.
real one.
R.I.P. You miss Joan Rivers? Is she like one of your comedic influences?
She was fine. I think that, I mean,
Fine, yeah.
honestly, she was pivotal for, female comics in general, just because there
Yeah.
were so few
Yeah.
back in that time. But I think when I was growing up, though, I mostly just knew her as the fashion police lady
Yeah.
who just bitched at everybody for what they were wearing.
Watch that, yeah.
Just looking at all these like rich
Yeah.
people and actors with like, these thousands of dollars of dresses, and her going, "That's a bad
Yeah.
one."
Yeah.
And me sitting there just feeling like I don't know why, but okay. I mean, there's always like one that was like a whole tent where you're like, yeah, what happened there?
Yeah.
But like, that belt didn't go with that dress, like that type of stuff. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, take that.
Yeah, I know.
Take that, celebrity.
Take
Here.
that.
You know, that'll take you down a few pegs.
Yeah. You won an Oscar? Well,
Yeah.
you didn't have the right silhouette.
Yeah, you needed that, man. So is that really kind of? I know we're kind of just getting into your journey in, I guess, stand-up comedy and whatnot. But what do you think really influenced you to do stand-up comedy? What makes you love it?
So for me, anxiety, I have anxiety since I was a kid. And one of the things that always sort of made me feel better, or at least like gave me the appropriate amount of escapism when I would feel over was comedy. If I One of the things that they kind of learned worked for me when I was a kid was like just putting headphones on and just listening to random specials that I had like downloaded onto my iPod.
Yeah.
That you like ripped from LimeWire or whatever, like most
Yeah.
random things. But I mean, of course, when I was in college, like the big one was Dane Cook, which of
Yeah.
course did not age well.
Yeah.
Most of them have not aged well, unfortunately. But
He's definitely a character. He's definitely a
he's definitely a
controversial.
character. He really has a penchant for the young ones,
Yeah.
which is typical. But yeah, like that's why I'm like did not age well. Like he that
Fair.
meteoric rise.
Yeah.
But like even like Bob Marley here in Maine was like I had one of his specials that I would play on repeat just because that silly goofy Maine humor, especially when it came to his parents, was just hilarious to me because it kind of reminded me of how all these old Mainers and stuff and the shenanigans that they get into. But I also listened to like Stephen Lynch was a fun one for me with
Yeah, he had
the parody musical stuff.
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
a guitar and stuff. So there's like an entire subset of comedians who just like were music comedians, I guess, and played songs. So
Hanford was also a big one for me too. Mitch Hedberg.
she's so funny. Yeah.
I had a very eclectic like mix of comics that I like to. But it was a soothing thing for me, just like people being silly, making you laugh.
Yeah.
Like early Jim Gaffigan I had
That's great, yeah.
downloaded. Trying to think who else, because it's morphed now since becoming an adult, where it's like you get access to a lot of stuff that there's so many.
Yeah, like the internet, you can just listen to everything.
Yes, definitely. But yeah, I think that comedy was always just kind of in my periphery because of that. Just because making me laugh, or at least being silly, just kind of calmed me and gave me a certain amount of escapism.
Yeah.
Which music also did too, but so yeah, I always enjoyed that. Like Whose Line Is It Anyway was also
Yeah, that was the greatest show ever.
yes.
I swear.
Yeah, and so I do like the typical theater kid thing where I was in improv in college and
Nice. I did that too.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Yep.
else you gonna do?
I know, right? Short form improv.
Great.
Of course. That's always the step.
How was that? Did you have fun doing improv in college?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I did. I
Okay.
did I did direct it least a year,
Okay.
which was fun for me because I liked making the prompts and
Yeah.
watching people have to do the things that I came up with in my head. But I mean, I was always inadvertently doing improv even when I was really little because my whole bag was playing pretend.
Yeah.
Like my friends and I would like soap operas practically, just playing together. I always ended up being like a mom or something, or like the eldest daughter.
Okay.
Always ended up having siblings. I
fun,
guess I'm just
yeah.
playing pretend because I was an only child. I was like, someone give me a different structure,
Yeah.
please. Can I please
Okay.
pretend for once?
Uh,
Even like
so good.
when I was really little, like pretending to be animals too. That was a big. I don't
Nice.
know, just running around pretending I was a horse.
And you pretend you're a horse?
Yeah,
Is that your favorite animal?
I have horses. You know, I am a horse girl. Obviously.
You have horses?
I have a horse now.
You
Yeah,
have a horse.
I
Nice.
do.
What's it like to have a horse? Sounds amazing.
Expensive.
Expensive.
Yeah, amazing financial decision when you're younger
Amazing,
to have
yeah.
horses because you're basically working to afford horses. I think there's a misconception. A lot of people think that everyone that's into horses has money. Most of us are just broke
Okay.
because we have horses. But no, I have one left now. She's 29. She's gonna be 30 in April,
Nice.
which is old.
Old.
Yeah. So I don't ride her anymore. But she teaches little kids how to ride. And it's very cute.
Oh, nice.
So, but having horses is fun, and I think for someone with all anxiety issues and like undiagnosed neurodivergence,
Yeah.
I think that they're very grounding animals. And actually, a lot of people on the spectrum do well with horse therapy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard of that, but
Yeah, well, like what is it? Can you give
so
us some more
like
insight?
I've seen nonverbal and like higher level of care children that are autistic often do really well interacting with horses and actually like riding them and
Okay.
like often like lead very easygoing type stuff, but like it's been shown to kind of open them up and like help improve their confidence and um horses are just they're a very in tune animal. They pick up on things a lot,
Okay.
and there's actually some really cool science behind even riding them, how like they can sense your pulse and your breathing and all that kind of stuff as you're like interacting with them when you're on them. They're just very magical creatures.
Very magical creature. Nice.
They are. I mean, they can be very
I love
intimidating.
horses, yeah.
I often forget when I bring friends to the barn or whatever that these are large animals that could easily kill you, but I'm just so used to being around them that
Yeah.
I'm like why aren't you guys just coming in here? And they're just like, you realize these are huge, yeah? I'm like, oh, that's right, yeah. Sorry.
Love horses, so
You do?
yeah, they're good.
Yeah, sanding, Chris. You're just like, yeah, love them. Oh, yeah, you do. You ever been around them? No, I don't know what the hell's going on with them, but yeah, they're great.
Sometimes, yeah, it's just amazing.
Have you ever
Just
been to a barn?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think so.
You think so? That made an indelible impression on you.
Yeah.
Did you at least go to fairs and like mess around with the animals at the fair?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
Okay, so that's probably where
I
you
did,
saw the
yeah.
horses, right?
I'm trying to ask the questions. Want to know what it's like having a horse. So
Yeah, it's expensive but a lot of fun.
okay.
I did mostly trail riding, so I wasn't like doing a lot of the
Nice.
jumping over things and all that crazy stuff.
That's
It was
equestrian or
equestrian, yes.
yeah,
I am
that's
an
a word.
equestrian, yes.
Yeah.
You're correct. It is a word.
Yeah.
You did it. You did it, Chris.
I'll get it one of these days.
You found a horse word,
Yeah.
yes. It's a lot of like just being in the woods, following trails, and trying not to die.
Nice.
It's good.
That's a good
You
one.
feel
Trying
like you're
not
on
to
like
die.
a side quest, trying to be on a mission.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
You're on a mission. Yeah.
Maybe you're gonna find like an orc or something on the trail.
You love the fantasy or something?
Sure.
Sure.
Why not?
You're just pretending that.
Yeah, I'll just pretend.
They're playing pretend.
Being a big old nerd, like,
Nice.
while my other friends are just off on their own, getting drunk or something.
Yeah.
It is hilarious how many people will trail ride and just drink beer.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, sure. No one needs their faculties when they're on top of a 1,500-pound animal. It's fine.
Yeah. You know what I learned? I actually found this out a long time ago. If you ride a horse drunk, then that doesn't count as DUI. So
depends on the state.
Depends on the state.
Some states can still issue a citation for being drunk if you're riding a horse.
Okay. Not in the
It
state of
depends.
Maine. So,
Okay, good. I think when I lived in Pennsylvania, I think you could still get a citation, but I mean, it had to be really obvious that something was up
okay.
for the cop to even pull you. I mean, there also were like the Amish had, like these moments where if there was like a teenage rumspringer or something, like they would literally get so drunk and then they would let the horse take them home
Yeah.
in the cart, and they
Got
would.
it.
The horse knew how to get back. Like, so you just hope that the horse also knows how to stop at stop signs.
Go, horse. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking drunk, horse. Don't take me home.
And the horse is just like, hey.
It's like, you're drunk. You're abusive.
You're like,
I don't like you when you're like this.
I feel like the horse is more like, oh, here we go again.
I'm a
Hold on,
prophet.
man, don't fall out. We're good. We'll get home.
Yeah.
They know. I know where the food is.
Clip,
Like,
clop,
yeah,
clip, clop.
it is really funny though. Like,
Take
yeah,
me to the Taco Bell drive-thru. Horse. Okay. Well,
we'll do ride the horses through.
yeah, you got it. What else you gonna do?
Ride into town, you
Yeah.
stop at a drive-through, get yourself some dunks. You know.
Yeah. You ever think you'll do that, horse?
Not now.
Nope.
She's too old for those types of shenanigans. Like she
Okay.
doesn't have any more stamina.
That's
So
cool.
yeah, it's been a couple of years now where now she just teaches children how to ride.
Okay, cool.
So
Is that like a side gig or a hustle or?
it's her side hustle.
Yeah.
I board her, so I let them use her for lessons. It's good for her because she keeps exercise going in her elderly age, and so far she doesn't seem to not to do it. So because we'll stop when she's done. Like horses are also usually pretty good at telling you when they're not enjoying it anymore.
Okay.
But she's
Fuck this, I'm out.
I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, they don't say it verbally, but they'll let you know.
Okay.
'Cause I think that's the fun thing too. A lot of people assume like horses that jump or do all those things, like if they didn't, they're forcing them to do it or whatever. Horses, if they like something, they will do it. If they don't want to, you're not going to make them. Like a lot of the ones, there's this one video that's kind of fun where a woman fell off of her horse in the middle of a jumping course, and they couldn't catch the horse because the horse kept running and jumping on its own. It just kept going, jumping and jumping and jumping and jumping. It's having the time of its life.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're cool. They're cool creatures.
Yeah. Yeah, they're important creatures because people used to ride them, but now we have cars. So
no, there's a joke where it's like we used to, now we used to have them carry us around, and now we carry them around because with horse trailers and stuff. Like now, all of a sudden, the horse gets to go for a ride. But yeah, they were incredible for industry.
Yeah, and I love. I wish I was a cowboy. So, do you wish you were a cowboy? Then you could
all the
ride.
time.
Then you could ride a horse.
Yeah, I went out west with some friends of mine years ago, and we had a little bit of a taste for it. But yeah, there are a bunch of dude ranches and stuff out west where people can pretend to be a cowboy. But yeah, it's when you can ride, you know how to ride. It makes the experience a little bit more fun because you can actually try out more things.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it's being a cowboy would be really cool. I just think it just a lot of stressful work when you're like out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like I can only imagine you get run over by a cow and you're just like hoping someone else will find you before you die, like that type of stuff.
Oh yeah, run over by a cow or something. Or...
I mean, we're out there working ranches.
Working ranches.
Cows can.
Yeah, cows are there and
can be mean.
Like, hey, cows are like moo.
Cows are like moo, yes.
Fuck you.
Good job, Chris.
Fuck you, moo.
Yeah, cows go moo. They do. Good job.
What does the pig say? Oink.
Yes.
Just pull the thing. Brrr. Remember that toy?
Oh God, yes. There's also that one that had like the soundboard, and you put the animal onto the spot on the soundboard, and it made the noise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of doctors' offices had that thing.
Yeah.
That and the marble track things.
Yeah. Just marble tracks. That was fun.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a fidget toy, but it's.
Wait,
Does that count as a fidget toy?
Maybe.
Probably did.
It's like before we started, I was talking about how like a lot of the toys that they made back in the 90s, when I was growing up, they were making sensory toys, but I just realized that's what they were doing because that was like when GAC first started, like, which was the slime now, the whole slime craze that happened then. And the floam, which was the foam version of it, where you could like let it dry out into cool shapes if you wanted to. It just was a mess, though. Most of the things that they made in the 90s just to make your parents so mad because it was a mess. But like, they had the skippets. Remember those?
Oh yeah, you put like one on.
Well, yeah, and you were
foot
trying to jump over it. I mean,
Yeah.
like, great sensory toy.
Yeah.
Dangerous. I mean, I can even how many times people knock their shins on those things, like had these bruises up and down their shins because they were either going too hard with the skip it. But yeah, those and like, I mean, so bigger versions of that thing.
Yeah.
Do an ASMR.
You're doing it, yeah.
Here we are today with ASMR. Do you like that? Or does it make your skin crawl? It's always one or the other.
It's real good.
But they made much bigger versions of
Yeah.
this thing. And then and then the thing that you waved around and it whistled. These are all sensory
Yeah,
toys.
I think so, yeah.
So they're just helping us stim like crazy, and they had no
That's
idea.
fun, yeah.
No idea that they were doing it.
Ahead of their time. Ahead of their
Exactly.
time.
With some of those classic 90s toys.
Miss those days. Just wish you were young again.
Yeah.
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 Before
Being adult is so much fun.
before all of it.
Before it went to hell.
Yeah.
Oh, this one is like a suction cup one.
Yeah. It's like an octopus.
It is. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah. So.
Remember that joke? I had this one joke. I guess I kind of wrote it, but okay, fine. It's like growing up, I had this that was born with 8 vaginas. They called it octopus. That's dumb, isn't it?
You proud of yourself for that one?
I'm the most proud. I'm so much.
Who the hell came up with that one? Was that straight from your brain? Was that your brainchild? Did you hear that song?
Yeah, maybe I heard it somewhere.
Like,
you know what?
I played the fifth. Jesus.
Maybe.
Octopus. Okay.
Yeah.
It was a dog. I'm sure they made that joke with women or whatever too, or it's like the next Bond villain or whatever. It wasn't, Yeah. That's what Octopussy really was. It was a woman with 8 vaginas. Wow, those Bond movies, like they would name people.
Good times.
So yeah. See, now that I made this like a perfect sequence, it can never be anything else.
Yeah. Now you gotta move on to other toys.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now, I can throw it away. Just gonna preserve it under glass.
These. Okay, this is another one where it's great in theory, but then like it is right now, just covered in lint.
Yep.
This is the right type of silicone. It attracts everything.
Yeah, maybe it's a little old.
I mean, it's fine, but like a lot of the newer sensory toys are made with stuff like this. Like you have to keep it in a bucket in order for it to not like a Tupperware container so that doesn't get weird. Is this thrilling?
Yeah.
Is this thrilling podcasting? I'm playing with a silicone worm thing that probably fell on his floor at least 10 times.
Yeah.
Based off of this.
Do you want, man? This is. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is that?
Yeah.
The whole thing. So, Ashley, let's really get into you. So.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so since this is the Tism report,
Yes.
we have to ask, what are your kind of experiences with people on the spectrum or autistic people in general? Have you had any run-ins or?
Yes. I have flown real close to the sun with the autistics. Well, I think like the first indelible experience for me was when I was in elementary school and into middle school. We did have a classmate who would classify as like mid-level as far as his care needs were concerned, because he's verbal and able to go to school, but he needed an aid because it was really easy for him to have meltdowns and like get over it, especially if something wasn't going a certain way that he needed it to go. And but he was totally able to be in class. He did go to the special ed room for most of his lessons, but for like exploratory classes and homeroom and all that kind of stuff, he was with us. And then I guess as time kind of progressed, there was a lot of, as understanding with high functioning sort of became more and more apparent, people in my orbit were starting to get diagnosed. And now the new thing is that like I've had family members who have had children get diagnosed, and then I've had good friends of mine that I've known since childhood getting diagnosed late in life. And now all of them are like pivoting and staring at me as far as like what you think. I didn't think like much of it for myself until this kept happening. I mean, now it's been like at least 4 or 5 people that have known me the longest that are just like, you think all those issues that you had as a kid, like you might actually be on the spectrum? And I'm just like, what do you mean? And then thinking about it, it's possible. I know a lot of people like have a way to feel about people that don't have the rubber stamp diagnosis. When I talk about it on stage, it's more about it being a possibility, and just the fact that like people are putting that on me, like they're putting the label there as like as a maybe, and they have diagnoses or have, like, my favorite one is my aunt. Her grandkid got diagnosed, and her favorite thing to talk about now is, who you remind me of? Yeah, her grandkid that got diagnosed, and I'm just like, okay, hey, I know. And she sat me as a child. Okay. So like she's known me for my whole entire life, and I'm just like, oh God, like it's like giving her way too much context for behaviors that I had as a kid. Yeah. Because I got diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder when I was a kid. Okay. And always had anxious thoughts since forever, because I tried to think it all the way back. And I can remember like from even when I was 3 or 4, just like having these feelings of overwhelm, but even for good things. Yeah. Not even really for anything that like made me scared or anything. Like getting a toy that I always wanted because I was collecting things. Yeah. Shocking, right?
Yeah, I got it. Well, that's good to know.
And was so overwhelmed. I got the thing that I wanted that I got anxious, and I had to go. Totally normal things that kids do. And a lot of behaviors too. And I still stim. But I think that there's a lot of, I feel like a lot of research that still needs to be done as far as classification, how autism presents itself in women and girls, because I think often girls get diagnosed with anxiety disorders, especially since like I think societally we're kind of taught to at a younger age, because there's no boys will be boys for us. Like you need to mind yourself, type of thing. Right. Girls will be girls. We'll just like, build conducive societies and, help each other out instead of conquering worlds. And yeah, totally.
Gotta conquer.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for me, it's just like, I'm not in a hurry to go get the evaluation because it's like $5,000, like, or $3,000 to $5,000 to like the full spectrum, like ADHD, autism, like, diagnosis. I also just don't want to end up on a government registry right now. Okay. So I'm like, I don't necessarily need it.
You don't want to get diagnosed?
Not yet. Yeah. Like, it's like one of those things where it's like, I think we need to like kind of like live through the next few years and see what's going to happen before I like try to, make it a real obvious thing that I might be on the spectrum, because I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. Whenever you threaten people with like registries, like that's kind of not something you really want to fly too close to the sun on, as it were.
Yeah, that's when you got to fight RFK Jr.
Or you just distract him with some coke on a toilet.
Yeah.
Maybe that's all that you just need to do to take care of things. It's just like just have like one of those milk crate up with a stick and just have like a line of cocaine across the ground, or he just like sniffs it until he gets into the box. You just kick the stick. Yeah. Trapped him. That's all we need to do.
That's a good one.
This reminds me of like the James Woods and Family Guy episode. Yeah. It was like, ooh, piece of candy. Yeah. Piece of candy. Like, just do that with Coke. Yeah. With RFK, it'd be fine. But like, I think for me, it's just, it might help contextualize for me a lot of the feelings I was feeling that didn't seem to really fit in the bucket of just generalized anxiety. I was a real big hand flapper
Nice.
when I was a kid. Eventually, I realized that wasn't a thing that you should be doing out. Like stop doing that, you weirdo.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
Oh.
And but now, like, and I always walked on the balls of my feet. I've always like when I my mom likes to describe me like I also will like real stiff and forward when I start to think about things that are going on in my brain that might be exciting me. Now that I'm an adult, it's developed into like I call it going from being a bird to being because
Okay.
now I'm a hand rubber.
Yeah.
And I forget how to breathe when I'm excited or thinking about something hard.
Okay.
And then it's been a while, and then all of a sudden I'll just like
Gotta breathe.
and like
Yeah.
yeah, I realize that I'm not breathing.
Breathe,
Yeah,
Ashley.
exactly.
Breathe.
Yeah, and I do
Okay.
it, and I do it a lot when I'm by myself. But every once in a while, I'll slip with like friends that I'm comfortable with. Where
Yeah.
because I know I think there's a lot of math going on that I might not even realize that I was doing. But yeah, I'm also a picker really bad,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
feel with anxiety and stuff do that kind of shit. But
You
like
pick your nose. Yeah.
I did a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah, you gotta pick your nose.
You gotta get it clean now.
That
You gotta
way-
clean. But
By
like
picker,
picking
yeah.
scabs and stuff, like
Okay.
or like some of this is so insane to me. But like this was a mole.
Then yeah.
It was brown once upon a time. I picked it off twice.
Wow.
But because
Amazing.
I haven't dug into the root of it, it comes back.
Wow, I'm amazed. So, congratulations.
Like this scar over here on my arm was a keloid scar.
Okay.
I picked the keloid off, so now it's a flat scar.
Nice.
So if you ever want your keloid scar to go away, I don't know. Do you know what a keloid scar is?
No.
So it's those scars that are kind of shiny but built up on the skin, as opposed to like just like a cosmetic. It's flat on the skin, like it bunches up. I don't think that picking them off is the recommended treatment of those.
Nope.
But I did it.
We're not a doctor,
but we did it. I did it.
Okay.
And it's gone now.
Wow.
So yeah, really normal things. The other insane thing I used to do when I was a teenager was I used to just run my fingers through my hair until I got like all of the loose hair out.
Oh yeah.
And then I'd bunch it up and throw it away.
Okay.
Just like really obsessive, and not OCD, but obsessive like behaviors. That I just would whatever was going on, it was just feeding something in me that So like there's plenty of just check marks.
Yeah.
I think that socially though, I think that's sort of where the question mark still is because luckily I've been okay as far as being able to be in public and like I get overstimulated sometimes, but it's not. I've never really. I haven't like seeing my classmate who had those blow ups and stuff. Like it haven't. It's never really felt like that for me. But I also was on SSRI since I was like 10.
Oh shit.
Off and on, and I do think that it helps dampen even some neurodivergent behaviors because it's helping like suppress a lot of the noise that makes your hypothalamus go crazy. But then I went off of it. When recently because they also have realized that it also contributes to people not being able to be outside when it's hot. Your body can't regulate its temperature. It's not telling you if you're thirsty. Like so it also can affect other things that the hypothalamus is responsible for. So when I found that out, because I honestly have had a history of like overheating and passing out.
Oh yeah.
And they thought it was just like hormonal, but then like it got clued in around the same time I went through puberty was the same time I started going on SSRIs. So I was like, oh, maybe this has been the problem this whole time. So I've been off of it, being off of it. I'm like more in my body way where I'm like feeling things and realizing that I have a lot of sensory issues that like I think just weren't a huge deal for me. But I mean, I recently had a moment where I was a combination of cold and wet because I did a shoot outside in like 16-degree weather and my pants got wet. And instead of so I went home after the shoot because I can't like put dry. I had some changes of clothes, but not all the changes of clothes, and I can't put wet and dry clothes on and off. Like if they're wet, they're coming off. They're not going back on, or I'm gonna kill someone. And I was also hungry because it was dinner time. So wet, cold, hungry. I get home and the trash was too full, and I just needed to take the trash out because it needed to happen. I just couldn't wait another second, and that also meant that I was gonna get dirty, even though it's in a trash bag, but I was gonna get contaminated. And so I still had the wet pants on that were making my skin crawl and needed to come off, but I'm not gonna put fresh clothes on to get them dirty, taking out the trash. So I had to take the trash out. So now I'm dirty, cold, wet, hungry. Go outside. The trash can is knocked over into the snow, so I have that too while I'm like hoisting trash. It was way too heavy. There was kitty litter in it. I don't know what makes kitty litter weigh like 50 pounds when it's in a trash bag, but like all the like unwieldy. So I'm like hoisting it like a dead body outside. I finally get in there. So now, cold, wet, hungry, gross. And I realized that the chickens weren't put away. The hadn't been closed yet. And
you have chickens?
I have chickens. Nice. Horses and chickens. Nice. And so I was like, well, shit. So I go back inside to get my coat, and then I saw that we need more firewood. And I was like,
there's firewood?
Yeah, I do heat my house with wood because oil is really expensive. I have a heater to offset it, but everyone thought I was crazy for doing wood heat. But at the same time, I was kind of feeling like these oil wars were going to get real bad. So I was just like, you know what? I want to be able to do like a half and half. So far it's been fine, but I needed more firewood. So I go outside again, and I'm so like it's building and building. I get the chickens put away, and then I go to get firewood, and I'm just staring at the firewood because every time I bring firewood in, if I carry it in, I get like pieces of wood that go in my shirt and get all picky and weird and make me feel like my skin's gonna need to be torn off.
Yeah.
Totally normal sensations. It's fine. And I'm staring at the wood, and all the pieces that we had left were like kind of unwieldy looking pieces that are not for carrying, they're for the wheelbarrow. They're not wheelbarrow. It's wheelbarrow wood, not carrying wood. I'm not going to explain the difference. There's a difference. But and I didn't want to disturb the pile on the back wall because it was perfectly put together. I love stacking wood because it's like a live game of Tetris.
Nice.
You really get it all nice and neat up there, and it's perfect. But then you start taking it apart. It's like the world's worst with Jenga. So I didn't want to touch it because it was perfect. I didn't touch it yet because there's still wood here, and I was so wet, hungry, just overloaded, looking at the wood, knowing that it's going to be another sensory issue, and I just looked at the wood and I screamed at it.
Okay. That was kind of, you were overstimulated?
Yeah, a little bit, maybe. Very well-adjusted moment for me.
Nice.
And then I picked out some wood and brought it inside, and I was fine. But I needed a minute.
Yeah.
I finally was able to go change my clothes, which is all I really wanted, was to change my clothes and eat.
Yeah.
So there are question marks.
Yeah.
But that was a really long-winded answer to my experiences around people. Yeah. Because like a lot of my friendships now as an adult are, especially since I got into comedy, seem to be a lot of late diagnosed or diagnosed but high functioning people on the spectrum. And I'm just like, I think we all just collect each other as much as we collect other things.
Yeah, just people like Fritz,
You're just collecting them all like Pokemon.
Yeah, you gotta
get them all.
What we really gotta do is build a community.
Yeah. I feel like comedy has sort of been that for me too, as because I feel like even with the comics that I'm not super close with, like they're still to hang.
Yeah. Build community will become
stronger. And I feel like also in Maine, for whatever reason, it seems to even foster like a better community than maybe if you're in a more cutthroat area, like in the city or something, where everyone's just trying to like, make it. So like they're just gonna do whatever they need to get to the top.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I think for us here, it's like it feels more of a casual thing at the time, but we enjoy the success if we get it. I think it's just we all just see the world in a certain way, and it makes us laugh, so we just find the absurdity in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know
if we build the community, we'll just
we'll come.
Yeah, we'll come.
We'll all come running.
Yeah, so if like they can just try to mess with us, if ICE tries to mess with us or whatever.
Come for the autistics next.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's our thing. So down the line,
Yeah. Once they've gotten all
yeah,
once they've gotten all the brown people rounded
yeah,
up.
yeah. How's the poem go? First they come for
First they came for them for who it was because I was not one of them. Then they came for them, and then they came, and then no one came for me.
Yeah, so
And that's very
yeah,
and it's awful because like
yeah,
it really sucks to know history and like context for things and recognize patterns really well because you're just like screaming it from the rooftops and everyone's just like, nah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been seeing this writing on the wall since 2016, and it's like just being collectively gaslit by a bunch of people that just love boots all of a sudden.
Love licking them.
They really do.
Need to go to the LL Bean factory. Find enough boots to lick. Yeah.
But yeah, like because even in where I lived in Pennsylvania was probably considered Pennsyltucky. And
Pennsyltucky.
yeah,
Is that
it's basically
Kentucky or
so there's a kind of a joke with Pennsylvania that like it's Pittsburgh on one side, Philadelphia on the other, and Alabama in the middle.
Okay.
There's a lot. Pennsylvania's fun because it's like it is a union state, but a lot of people subscribe to that because there's a lot of rebel flags and stuff, and I'm just okay. Like it's a little
That's way too many. Sometimes it's in Maine. I'm like, what
I know.
are you doing?
So it's even weirder in Maine. We weren't even close. Like at least Pennsylvania was like along the Mason line, so like there were a bunch of sympathizers, but Maine never was part of any of that. Like sure, I honestly think it just comes down to the fact that it's called the rebel flag. I'm a rebel, and so they just decide to fly this stupid like archaic flag that just literally says I'm a loser because they quite literally lost. And the Confederacy lasted what 3 years.
Yeah.
Like it's just even if but it's so a lot of those people I was a lot of conversations about if the government ever gets tyrannical, like they're going into the woods and then the government isn't gonna find them. It's just me and my kids and my guns and all this kind of stuff. And it's like I ended up having to really distance myself from a lot of that community because all the posts that I was seeing were just no one was speaking up about what's going on right now, which is quite literally their time to shine.
Yeah.
I'm recognizing them patterns. I'm like, hey guys, but because they're targeting the people that they're okay about them targeting, they're just like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah, it's
weird. Like, this is not that like all of them think they're libertarians, and I'm like, there's not a single libertarian thing that that this administration is currently doing that you guys should be in support of.
Yeah, it's weird.
But yeah, and it. Yeah, it's weird. So, but what do we know? It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's fine.
It's great. I really feel like effectively that dog in the cartoon. The flames. This is fine.
The flames. So did you live in Pennsylvania at some point?
3 years.
Nice. When was this?
I graduated in 2009 from college. Great time to graduate from college, by the way. Deep into a recession.
Yeah.
Real good for finding jobs. And I worked for almost 2 years at a job in Lewiston. That was fun.
Yeah.
It's crazy too because like quite literally
a shitty job or
it was fine. It was back office processing, which actually great for anyone that's on the spectrum because it's very repetitive motion work. Yeah. And if you get real good at it, you're churning it out. And I did a few of those types of things like mail opening and 10 key operation, and like mail sorting and stuff. Like
I never realized how society is actually really dependent on the autistic. So
we're real good. You put us in a factory line and just give us like ABCD tasks. We'll rock it out, man. Yeah.
Without us, what would you do? So
robots.
You would just
which they're doing. Yeah. Yeah, we can probably replace this with robots. I'm like, damn it.
Screw robots. They can't do that.
But yeah, so I moved. Oh, so it had to have been around 2011, I think, that I moved down there. And that was, because I was there for 8 years and I moved back in 2019. Because after the first Trump administration election, kind of was like, oh, I don't really belong here. It was, yeah, it was because, like I said, it's Alabama in the middle, quite literally.
Yeah.
And I met some amazing people, but there's just a lot of influence there that I just couldn't align with, and so
Yeah.
moved back home.
Yeah. Theory is, it's actually like if you're in just whatever state you're in. I think if you're in like the city or just a more populated area, they'll vote blue. But if you're just in a rural area, so then they vote red for some reason. Just
I mean,
whatever
honestly,
district is not as populated or
yeah,
spread out, that means they vote red. So
definitely. I do think like it was weird because when I that was one of the first times I actually got made fun of for being smart.
okay,
Like usually that was the thing that like people respected, like when at least when I was growing up in this certain area of Maine. I mean, because
I
don't
think
get
so.
it twisted, Maine is also very purple.
Yeah.
Um,
How'd you get made fun of for maybe being smart over people?
because
Yeah.
there was a woman that was asking about how to spell something, and
Okay.
there were like three different ways to spell that word,
Yeah.
and so I gave her all the ways because I was
Okay.
an English major and I was just like info dumping, and
Okay.
she thought it was
Wow.
stupid or whatever. I don't know. She
It's
was
like
she was an office bully anyway. It was fine.
fuck. It's like idiocracy. It's like
It was just like, okay, you asked the question and
idiocracy. Yeah.
you didn't like that the answer was complicated. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Um,
What are you trying to read that word for?
it was just
What are
it's
you
just one of
reading
those
for?
things where it's like, okay, like and the people that we hung out with, like they're it just misled a lot of them, or just a little misled,
Yeah.
like. But also, it was really fun when I was hanging out with my friends, and like other friends of that friend group would walk around with a "grab 'em by the pussy" T-shirt and be like, and knowing that I was like the
I'm sorry.
the blue dot in the group, and it's like, hey, look at this, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, oh yeah, sexual assault's hilarious.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you're so funny.
So funny.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm in danger. I kind of felt like
Run.
Ralphie. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's probably good to like also just experience something outside of New England because I grew up in Maine. I went to college in Vermont,
Yeah.
and then
It's always good to travel.
yeah, and it was like, and it was fine, but it's just unfortunately it ran its course,
Yeah.
and I don't like that because I'm usually I'm a loyal friend most things, but it's like starting to have to draw hard lines
Yeah.
with certain lines of morality, um, especially when it came to like Bible Belt areas, because Pennsylvania also is very Bible Belt.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
So
and it's funny because you wouldn't. I don't think people quite realize it, but
that's a big one. Yeah.
it is, and I read it. I went to a Catholic college. Like it wasn't like
What'd you read?
the Bible.
The what?
The Bible. I read the Bible,
Okay.
but I did. I paid,
Can
and
read.
I can read
Well,
quite well.
that sounds like liberal bullshit
But
with the
it,
reading.
you just see the influence like communities have over people that can far supersede even the teachings of Jesus, and
Yeah.
and I guess when you're someone who pays attention to what you're reading, that can be difficult. So that was what it really took for
Yeah.
me, and but to see that influence in other people that I cared about can sometimes be a little bit jarring.
Do this bit where it's like, uh, I want to. God, I'm gonna do it, but it's like,
Is it octavagina again? Like,
yeah, it involves 8 vaginas, and but it's like, I think like evangelicals are like, uh, the posers. Do you know what I mean?
like what, for like high school cliques?
Yeah, imagine it's like if you're going, I I guess I do this bit where it's like they go to mega churches in like stadiums and shit.
Oh yeah,
So they do that a lot.
the way Jesus did.
Yeah, the way Jesus did. So, like, if you're going to a church in like a stadium, it's like you do not need to go to church in a stadium. You go to church in like an old, dilapidated building with pane glass windows and a really, really old woman playing the organ. Yeah, so,
Yeah. Oh, and even
yeah.
not, because I mean, part of what Jesus was all about was like,
Not even
keep
that
it to
shit.
yourself. Don't you don't need to proselytize. Like he was flipping tables.
Yeah.
Like he would have flipped the table of every single one
yeah.
of those evangelical churches, like
Yeah.
that doing those thousands of dollar productions.
Yeah. So it's like, I compare it to like punk rock shows, because you can't go to punk rock shows in a stadium. You got to go into the abandoned Denny's for punk rock shows.
A lot of
Yeah.
abandoned Denny's that you've gone to punk rock shows.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
gotta,
Do you have a specific example?
gotta.
What
Just in
abandoned
general,
Denny's did
yeah.
you go into a concert?
Just a general, it's like
Just
it's just a generalization because you go to punk rock shows and just like
it's a very specific generalization, Chris.
abandoned.
Abandoned Denny's.
Yeah, that's where, because it's a joke, I guess. You gotta do that on stage. But the thing is, I think just the evangelicals and the stadium church people, they're like posers for the religion.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
A lot of
So
them are. Because a lot of them,
yeah,
I mean,
so the
any
posers,
any one of those traditions that focuses more on the Old Testament
yeah,
than the New Testament they're missing the point. It is also funny when you do read the entirety of the book how much the Old Testament and New Testament negate each other. Like, the teachings of
yeah,
Jesus often stop listening to the old stuff.
yeah,
Like, how about you calm down? Like, I felt like that
yeah.
was like his teachings were really calm down,
Calm down.
love each other, knock it off.
Okay,
Like let's all get along now. Like it
that's
was kind of the whole thing.
that's
Like
the entire book.
yeah, I feel
It
like
could just
if you
been.
boiled it down, it's
I could.
mostly just can we not?
Yeah, that'd be a
Can we like
t-shirt.
take care of people?
Way to
Like
go. Yeah.
feeding hungry people, taking care of sick people,
Yeah. So the
That's
evangelicals, they're like posers, but they kind of just trying to take over the scene. So
yeah. I mean it's
it's just they're ruining it for real.
yeah, unfortunately, that is the state of
So
things.
too real, but it's a good joke.
They are. But I think you should also think of like what other classifications other denominations are too.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. The Episcopalians are probably like they tend to be more woke centric. Like they're the go back to hippies.
They're the
They're,
hippies, I
they're the
guess.
flower power
Yeah.
bands. They're the fish
They're the
concerts.
fish. Yeah.
Episcopalian Baptists are probably like well, this is probably way too on the nose. Country.
Country. Yeah.
Yeah, but not like original country like this like
yeah.
Jason Aldean country where you put on your boots and you kick your dog. I don't know.
Good one.
Yeah. That's what I always do that when people bring up Beth Moore. It's like, how can we add on to this? This entire concept.
Yes, and
yeah, there we go. See, improv.
Country, improv.
We're so good at it.
Scene, yeah. Okay, so,
you got any other questions?
Yeah, kind of.
Sure.
You got, what do you think your special interests are? Your things that you can kind of talk about for quite a while. So, what do you
I
think?
don't know if you noticed horses was like a big one.
Yeah, that was a big. That kind of came up natural.
It did. That the funny thing about it too is that it literally has its own language half the time. Also,
Yeah.
there's so many words and things that other people don't even know what that is.
Okay.
And I did it once to a community just to show them because it was cracking me up because there were a couple of friends of ours that were just geeking out about 3D printers, and they were just talking terminology that like none of us knew what they were talking about. So I kind of looked at my friend and I was just like, this is like if I started talking horses to you. And then I started talking horses, and he was just like, "What are you doing?"
Cool. Can you explain us like a couple things
You
about
want
them?
to just throw out a few words and see if you ever heard of them?
Yeah, maybe one or two words, and maybe just explain it to our fine audience.
My favorite is just going over horse colors. Everyone just like, what kind of colors do you think horses are?
They could be brown or white or black or.
So yeah, the fun
What do you
thing.
think? Yeah.
Black is a color. True black is a color. There isn't really a true brown. There are a few horses that get popped out that are brown, but more times than not, what they are is what's called bay.
Okay.
So that is when their coat is a brown color,
Okay.
and then the point are black.
Point.
So the tips of their ears, the legs, the mane and tail are all black.
Okay.
Also, one of the common colors of horses is bay. And then the red color that you see,
that's red, yeah. So
yeah, called red. Chestnut.
Chestnut, nice.
Now, that encompasses most red horses. My horse is what's called sorrel. So she has a lot of orange in her coat. Makes her look a lot more orangey than like a typical standard chestnut that's just red.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. Sweet. Fun thing about white horses is that more times than not, there's not really a true white. Because lots of times if there's a horse that's white but has like brown eyes, they used to be gray. So gray horses will often they're born looking almost black. And then over time they start to shed into different coat colors, and they might be dappled gray, and then they might what's called flea bitten, where they're like white bodies but like flecks of gray throughout. And then by the time they get ancient, then they just end up looking white. But there are recessive genes that cause them to be like things like Perlino or Cremello, which is more.
Nice. What's Perlino?
Perlino is when they have blue eyes, pink skin, and white hair. And then Cremello is when they're albino. So they have pink hue on for their eyes and all that kind of stuff. The funny thing is, like, it's kind of a pain in the ass to have one of those horses because you have to like be really careful about them in the sun because they can burn way too easy.
Just light on fire.
Practically. I mean, it's like daywalkers. Like yeah.
Poor guys. Like ginger horses. Does that count?
Maybe. But the fact that chestnuts do exist.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like people being albino. They have to be really careful about sun exposure, but
yeah, specifically Irish people, I guess.
Yes, yeah, the SPF 200 is never enough. Can never get enough SPF.
Sorry, gingers, but we didn't want you to listen. But Ashley's over here saying that you're a horse that bursts into flames. So
yeah, totally, totally.
Yeah,
yeah.
So,
yeah. Let's isolate that.
Isolated.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's part of that.
Yeah.
Also, their like body parts are named things that aren't really normal.
You know, it's really, I guess I don't know why you might find this weird, but I see videos online of horses, but they're like I see like their hooves, and there's like people who.
Oh, the farrier.
Yeah, the farrier.
Yeah,
is that what they call it?
Yeah, farrier. That's
so
it's
like
the hoof trimming videos.
Yeah, hoof trimming video. So
no, I love that that's become such a thing for a lot of people to watch that happen. Yeah. It's another one of those instances where I'm like, it's something I'm so used to, and I'm just like, oh right, like most people have no idea what that is.
Yeah. So it's like you take the horse hoof and you just kind of trim the hoof. It's like, yeah, it's like you just, I don't know, it's like trimming nails or something.
It is,
it's
quite literally.
Yeah, you're giving the horse the pedicure.
Yeah, horse hooves are pretty fascinating because like they're like a massive toenail.
Yeah.
And even their legs are structured like a finger more than it is a leg as we would know them. Horses are just weird physiologically. Like their bones are hollow. Like but they need but they also are just incredibly powerful. Like they're the most fragile yet strong creatures you'll ever meet. And their hooves are just like there's a lot that you can do to them before you mess it up. But yeah, I think it's so fun when people are seeing farriers do this stuff because there was also like a cow hoof doctor too that got really popular on TikTok. But he does a lot of like, finding abscesses and hooves. Which is a whole other level that some people are just probably a little grody about.
Is it gross?
Yeah, because they're like finding abscesses and like pus runs out of it and stuff, and it's just like nice.
It's like pimple popping videos.
Yes, yeah, but it's in their hoof. And horses can get abscesses too, but it's a little bit more common for cows because a lot of farms keep them in wide open spaces, and they basically wait until they see one like has a limp, and they're just like, oh shit. So then they call the hoof doctor to see what's going on, and then you find a abscess, and it's awesome. But yeah, no, that horses, yeah, they're very interesting creatures because because I think most people are used to like the whole, if a horse breaks their leg or whatever, then you have to put them down and stuff. And the reason why that's true is because, especially if it's like a front leg, they carry like 70% of their body weight on their front legs, and they they're a lot of mass for a creature. So it's just like there's no real way for them to be able to get on with like broken legs that they have to try and support their weight on, unless you have like access to a lot of money to try and see if you can like suspend them in a sling or do anything like that to try and help them heal and stuff. And the healing process is just horrid half the time. Because it like they're built so weird physiologically, like it almost doesn't make sense how they're built, because their bones are pretty hollow for what they need to be able to do. That's one of the reasons why they're so fun to ride, because they're very streamlined.
You got it.
But yeah, so that is my interest. Animals in general, though, were always the thing for me as a kid. Like that was my hyperfixation a lot, just learning way too much about animals in general. Having a lot of different types of pets as a kid too.
What types of pets?
Your standards, cats and dogs, but then I had parrots for a lot of time.
Nice. Did they talk? Or?
Yep. I had some cockatiels that would say stuff, and then my most recent parrot that passed away about a year ago, he would say quite a few things. But he also would say things like functionally to what they are for. Like if someone was leaving, you'd go, "See you later," and that kind of stuff. Like he could pick up on when to say certain things, which is always a lot of fun. But then like, hamsters, rabbits, rat. Yeah, they actually make really good pets. Nice. There's a lot of stigma with rats.
Yeah, there is.
They're very affectionate though, and they're really clean when you
You clean them.
Yeah, they clean themselves really well. Like they're not dirty creatures. I think that because they're known as the animals that brought the plague and other sorts of things and diseases in the wild. Like, but when you actually have them in a controlled environment, they're fine. Guinea pigs, horses. But yeah, I also had fish for a moment, but then a ladder fell into the fish tank and broke it, and we're just collectively done with having fish after that.
No. That sounds like a story.
It's like
that sounds like a story. How'd that happen?
We don't know. Like it was something, because the ladder was propped up on an opposite wall, and like there was like nothing going on, and then just something got it. I don't know if it was the dog or something. We have no idea, but something dislodged the ladder and just went right into the fish tank.
Or fish.
I know. Most of them, like, luckily, enough of the water was still in it that they were okay. We just had to like scoop them out real quick, and then we just brought them to the local pet store. Just like, please, find them somewhere to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you have a lot of pets?
No, I had allergies.
Oh damn.
So that was pretty sad.
Yeah, my cousin he had severe allergies to dogs and cats as a kid, but his wife is a vet tech, and I think that he kind of knew he had to figure something out, and he actually just did a lot of exposure therapy. Okay. And probably mainlined a ton of Benadryl, and he's actually able to have pets.
Nice.
There's still hope, Chris.
There's hope, yeah.
There's hope yet. I mean, I'm sure it's uncomfortable for a while. He might have also gotten allergy shots. I can't remember how he 100% acclimated himself, but yeah. They got pets now.
Nice. Way to go, man.
Winning.
Yep. Going about an hour, 8 minutes, so.
Is that good?
Yeah, I think so. I think we should leave it there.
Sure.
All right.
Did you get what you wanted?
I got it all. All right, thanks. Well, thank you for joining us on the Tism Report today. I've been Chris Fritz. This has been Ashley Favreau. Thank you.
You said my last name correct the first time.
Okay,
Favreau.
Favreau.
I like the stank you put on it though that time. Okay. Favreau.
Okay. Favreau. I'll get it eventually.
That's my evil twin.
Okay. Evil twin. Very tired today. Okay. Hi. Ashley Favreau.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. Good job.
Nice. Thank you for joining us today. Have a good night.